were behind that ad. And yes, it's going to obviously Donald Trump doesn't like the fact that Brad's been making so much money off of him, reportedly threatened to sue him earlier. At the same time, you know, Brad's he's not holding a really good hand. Donald Trump's conspiracy theories that he's spewing out every day, going after Barack Obama every day, it's hurting him with black voters. Even yesterday, he attacked Michigan again, said he was going to cut funding for Michigan again for doing the same exact thing that Republican states like Georgia, West Virginia, Nebraska, Texas even, for people over 65 are doing. It's what Ronna McDaniel was doing at the RNC, sending out absentee ballots applications with you know, stamped envelopes to return it to the right places. I mean, this and the reports are from the Washington Post. This caught Brad and Ronna off guard, and they were very concerned that he's attacking Michigan again. Who works? Who can make chicken salad out of that?
There's not enough mayonnaise in the universe, Joe, to make chicken salad out of that. But here's the thing. You know, Brad is, to quote the political philosophers Depeche Mode, everything counts in large amounts. And Brad has had hundreds of millions of dollars to try to move Donald Trump's numbers, and he can't. This is because this is like trying to sell bad dog food with good advertising. The dog food tastes bad, so the dogs don't eat it. Donald Trump is an unpopular brand, but Brad Parscale has realized this, and he's going to race all the way to the bank. He's going to cash out of this thing. He doesn't care win or lose what happens with Donald Trump. He's doing very well for himself. You know, we just found out a couple of days ago, not only is Brad cashing in on the campaign and on this money that all these hardworking Americans are sending to Donald Trump because they think he's going to use it to get reelected, but Brad is also cashing in on getting PPP payments for his companies. You know, the struggling Parscale enterprises who are raking in tens of millions of dollars from Donald Trump did not need additional millions of dollars from taxpayers, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, and John Heilemann, as disturbing as it may be to Donald Trump that Brad is making all of this money off of him, I would be far more disturbed if I were a candidate that hundreds of millions of dollars were being spent, record amounts of money being spent for online advertising to influence voters. And the polls are going in the opposite direction. Just bleeding support and bleeding money at the same time. Nothing seems to be sticking that they're throwing against the wall.
Yeah, you know, Joe, I just want to say to my friend Rick Wilson, you know, you guys, it turns out the Lincoln Project can play it round and play it flat. You know, you guys had that Morning in America ad, which was artful and went to a core issue to the American electorate and was the kind of ad you could run on any nationally. You can run in a battleground state. Brilliant, strong ad. This ad is just pure mischief making, Rick, and I applaud you for it. It's not. I'm sure there's going to be no actual money behind this ad to put it on the air anywhere, but it's going to certainly get a lot of cable coverage and make Donald Trump crazy. So it's great that you guys are playing it like on the avenue and on the boulevard, on the side streets and on the main drag. You guys have some versatility over there, it turns out. Joe, I'd say, you know, yeah, look, I mean, this will make Trump crazy, and there's never been a candidate who's not driven crazy by the notion that his consultants are profiteering. And as Rick knows also, this is not the first consultant who's profiteered off of a presidential candidate or a senatorial candidate or a gubernatorial candidate. It's kind of a professional hazard in Rick's business. But Donald Trump is particularly acutely neurotic about it, and he hates this thing. I know we talked about it last hour, but hates the idea of people making money off his name. So I imagine there's going to be a fair number of small explosions or large explosions going off in the West Wing and maybe in Michigan today when Donald Trump gets there. But you're right. I mean, the key issue is, I mean, Donald Trump's got no one but himself to blame for the fact that his campaign is spending all this money on digital advertising and on other kinds of advertising, and it's not moving the needle. It's not moving the needle because it is impossible, to Rick's point about dogs and dog food. Donald Trump is a tough candidate to sell, and his record is bad, and that is not good. Even even if Brad Parscale was a straight shooter and a genius, neither of which he is, if he was, he still couldn't move Donald Trump's numbers because the reality is just so hard for him.
Well, and he keeps attacking the state of Michigan. He kept attacking Michigan's governor, calling her that lady. Gretchen Whitmer, with approval ratings at the time in the 70s, they're still very high, much higher than Donald Trump's approval ratings, Mika. And so much higher than Donald Trump's approval ratings. And so the question is, what is any campaign manager to do? And we have new numbers out yesterday that showed just how badly Donald Trump is doing nationally.
Well, Joe Biden has a double-digit lead nationally over President Trump in a new Quinnipiac